Hey guys, this is Coach KP, and today I'm going to talk to you about something which hopefully is going to help you if you've been stuck as someone that hasn't healed from past situations and you've been working at it for a long time. One of the biggest things that I see in personal development communities, and this may mean spiritual communities as well, is that people derive a real sense of identity by being a victim. And most of this is subconscious, right? So I don't think people are waking up in the morning and saying I want to remain a victim, but that's not necessarily what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, in the back of certain people's minds, the fact that they have healed and the fact that our healing is our responsibility. And I'm not saying that whatever causes us trauma was necessarily our responsibility, although people in the self-help community may argue about that. I'm not saying that whatever caused you trauma is your fault necessarily, but our healing is in our hands. And a lot of times I see this in the 12-step community. I see this with people that have been doing personal development a long time, jumping from one branch of, say, for example, meditation or this other type of therapy, or, there's so many modalities of healing right now that a lot of people are jumping from one modality to another and not owning the fact that they have healed. In the back of their mind, they're getting this sense of identity where, oh, I am someone that has had this trauma and I need to heal. So that need to heal gives people a sense of community, gives people a sense of identity. And ultimately, this is a false sense of identity because at our core, at the soul level, we were never traumatized and there is no need for healing. But again, if somebody is going through the initial stages of trauma, this video is not applicable to them because, there's, yes, healing needs to happen. And initially, you may need some support from a community or from a therapist or from, one of the various modalities out there, whatever resonates with you. And that may be needed. But at the same time, after enough time has passed doing this healing work on yourself, and you're still deriving your identity from being someone that needs healing or has been in this healing path for so long, and you're almost preaching to other people how they need to heal and how you've been in this path for 14 years and that's the way to go. Now, I want to question that, right? I want you to question that. If you've been in this path and if you've seen other people be in this path, don't worry about it. It's not for you to question. But I am making this video so that people that have gone years and years and years and still consider themselves not healed, and I see this a lot in the self-help community. So that's who this video is targeted to. I know this may trigger you, okay? And I'm not saying this from a place of malice. I'm not saying this to make people feel bad about their healing journeys. What I am saying is that at some point in our healing journey, we gotta snap out of the fact that we are still needing to heal from that particular scenario. And that's the hardest thing for people to grasp, is what happens when you change your vibration from, say, this vibration of not being healed for 5 years to one day you wake up and now you're like, you know what, I'm healed, I need to move on. And then all of a sudden the access to this community that you've been a part of, whatever this community may be, and this community may be fragmented communities, right? This may be this workshop you attend 1 week and you build up a little tribe there. You attend a longer program and you build up a tribe there. So it could be many different communities as well. But what I am saying is, once you make that decision, you may lose access to this community because the people there may not necessarily want you to come back because you're no longer a part of, you no longer share that identity of victimhood, right? So it's very important for us to be able to let go of that as we let go of our trauma. And once the initial stages of healing, once the initial stages of seeking help, once the initial stages of getting help, once the initial stages of using the modalities, whatever we are learning to heal ourselves has gone in, we need to take responsibility of our healing and say that, you know what, this is good. I had a traumatic experience in my life, and I now choose to forgive myself, choose to forgive whatever happened, whatever the situation may be, and move on. Okay, so that is something that is up to us. And why do we consciously even choose to do that? Is because we don't want to stay in the victim cycle for longer than necessary. What happens when we are in the victim cycle of feeling like something happened to us, and as a result of that we are this way, we at that point stop focusing on our purpose, right? The purpose that we bring here. And I'm not talking about an action that we perform, because a lot of times people forget about or convolute purpose to the action that we are doing in this world. I'm not speaking about that, but what I'm saying is the purpose of being who we are, the purpose of being that we bring into this world, and the joy that we can be experiencing and the joy that we can be giving to other people, that takes the back burner when we are in the victim mindset, when we're in the victim consciousness. All right, so I hope this video makes sense to you. And again, if this video triggered you, I would say there is a good reason for you to sit with yourself and process your emotions and say, hey, at what point am I going to consider myself healed? Because if you've been in the path for 5, 10, 20 years, been through various modalities or, of healing, or, even this, when I say modalities, it could also mean anywhere from energy healing to, getting help medically. And you've done this for such a long time, and you're still continuing to see yourself as a victim, that is a problem. All right. So sit with yourself if that's the case. And again, if you know someone who is doing that, this video is not for you to judge them, right? Don't judge people that are still in the victim cycle. Don't do that, because it's for us to learn and to be aware of where we may be self-victimizing ourselves for longer than it's needed, right? So this is a tough thing for a lot of us. Initially, when you hear that we are in charge of our own healing, that in and of itself may bring you grief. So allow whatever is happening to happen and sit with these feelings. It's important, because we do want to move on and we do want to move into higher levels of consciousness. That is the key. That is the goal. All right. This is Coach KP. Hopefully that made sense for you today. Peace.